Okay, so here's the explainer for the third version of the choice question for spring 2011. By now you've got that the internal rate of return calculation is fairly simple. All that you're doing is setting the finding the interest rate that makes the present worth 0. In this case, you're taking that 30 and putting it over 23. Negative sign goes in front of it, raising that fraction to the power of the life of the asset, or 1 on the life of the asset, so it's 1/3, and then subtracting 1, so you get something that looks like an interest rate. So you're doing exactly this right here and finding out that the internal rate of return of this asset is 9.2%. So that's the first calculation. You can also go down to question number 3, which says if the minimum acceptable rate of return is 10%, there's no service requirement, which asset would you choose? I mean, this is classically present worth exclusive choice criteria, and you know that you're supposed to go ahead and take the big one here. So you choose the one with the highest present worth, which is asset C. Question number 2 requires some calculation. So what you're supposed to be doing here is calculating the annual worth of each of these assets and finding the one with the highest annual worth. In that case, you take the present worth and you multiply it by looking for A, given you know P for the life of the asset. Now it's pretty clear that assets A and D are not going to have positive annual worth, so they're not going to be one of your best ones. Only assets B and C are the ones that are really important to you. Well, asset B has a present worth of 0.29 and a life of 4. You can go ahead and check out what its annual worth is, and you find out it's 0.09. Asset C has a present worth of 1.51 and lasts for 3 years. Well, you find out that it has an annual worth of 0.6, which is pretty high. And in fact, it is the highest, the other two being negative. So you know that your best choice when you're trying to provide 12 years of service is to choose asset C. The final question is what you get when you're trying to get your asset that provides you the greatest benefits when 20% is the minimum acceptable rate of return. And what you've got to do is, again, put the assets in the correct order, but that next step is to cut out all the assets that you would not find acceptable, meaning all those that have internal rates of return that are less than 20, and it's true for all the assets, and so you wouldn't choose any of them at all. And that should be the explainer for question number 3 for spring 2011.